Okay, students. Now, the next case study, again, you have the same thing, but your investment or your investor person who has called you as a consultant, his amount has been changed. You can see the sum which I have posted on the right hand side of the board. Okay. The first is you being a portfolio management consultant, an investor with an investable surplus of rupees 45 lakhs and income before tax of rupees 10 lakh has approached to you for your advice. He wishes to know the following things. The first thing he wants you to know is that what are the various investment avenues available to him which will give him a stable return with the minimum risk. And the second one, what are the various investment avenues available which will minimize his income tax outflow. Okay, so he is even seeking your tax management view also. Okay, so how you will now plan his portfolio? First of all, you will write the name of the investor. Here the name of the investor is not mentioned. So you will not write this point only. You will start directly with the characteristic of the investor. What are the characteristics? That his investable amount is 45 lakhs. उसके पास 45 lakhs है and in that 45 lakhs only 10 lakh is income before tax. Okay, so उसके पास 35 lakhs ऐसा amount है जिसका उसने already tax भर दिया है और 10 lakhs ऐसा amount है जिसके ऊपर अभी उसको tax भरना बाकी है. Okay, so what are his objectives? That he wants stable return, he wants minimum risk, he wants tax benefit, provision for old age and protection to family. Miss किधर बताया provision for old age and protection to family? Question has not mentioned whether he is a middle class or middle age, but it's a by default. Every person who is an investor, he want a provision for old age and protection to the family also. Okay, because you have not invested in any of the tax management आपसे पूछ रहा है, advisable ले रहा है, तो you should know कि उसको provision for old age भी करके ऐसा कुछ करके देना है ताकि उसको benefit हो जाए उसका. Okay, so then before moving to the fourth point, I have said in the back side of the page you have to make one rough way. Okay, that उसका total 45 lakhs है. उस 45 lakhs पे से 25% to 30% या 20 to 30% उसका अमाउंट हम लोग लिक्विडिटी फंड में दैट इज एफडी करवा देंगे. ओके, सो आई हैव पुट फ्रॉम 45 lakhs 10 lakh in the FD. Okay, I know that his income before tax is 10 lakh. Okay, so वो 10 lakh रुपीस मैं LIC में 5 lakhs और NSC सर्टिफिकेट का 5 lakhs ले लूंगी उसका. So here his 10 lakh is in FD, 10 lakh is LIC and NSC. उसका 20 lakhs को हो गया. Now remaining 25 lakhs. Okay, so what I will do? I will put bonds and debentures 10 lakhs and mutual funds 15 lakhs. Why mutual funds 15 lakhs? Because if he invests in mutual funds in some of the hybrid or balance scheme, he will get the capital appreciation also. Okay, so his investment avenue will be FD, bonds, mutual funds, LIC and NSC certificates. Now, of each and every investment avenue, you will explain him his benefits. Okay, FD, you are saying that put it 10 lakh rupees. That is because risk is nil, return is reasonable and greater liquidity. Here again I will suggest that is 10 lakh rupees FD will not be in one amount, it should be in the part. So whenever he want a meager amount, he can encash his FD. Okay, that is 10 lakh rupees FD can be done of rupees 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs or 2 lakh 50,000, 1 lakh as if in that amount. Okay, then your bonds and debentures rupees 10 lakhs. Again bonds, if it's a government bonds, debt fund is in the government, you will get risk is negligible and the returns is also stable and regular. Mutual funds I said 15 lakh. Here your amount may differ, huh? It doesn't mean. Okay, so mutual fund is 15 lakh, that is income oriented or debt oriented scheme 10 lakhs. Why? Because risk is less and regular income. Hybrid scheme where he is investing in debt instrument or money market instrument. Money market instrument means a period of less than a year. Okay, he will get a regular income and a stable income. Again in equity instrument, he will get a benefit of provide a capital appreciation. So this is how he can invest his fund in these all avenues. And the last is LIC and NSC. As we have done in the previous sum, LIC will give you tax benefit of deduction under section 80C, plus it is a provision for your old age and protection to the family. Then your NSC certificate, it is again a tax-free tax benefit under section 80C. It is a locking period, so your amount is safe and it gives you a return, regular return, liquidity is also high, and it is again a provision for the old age, tax benefit, minimum risk, all that things covers under your NSC certificate. Okay, so this is how you will make your plan, and finally we will draw one conclusion. Okay, so how we will draw one conclusion? Okay, now the next is LIC, that is life insurance policy of rupees 5 lakhs. What is the benefit of it? It protects the family member through the financial assistance after the death of the policy holder. Okay, the next is retirement benefit plan. Some of the LIC's retirement plan is also helping out. Okay, and finally it also help under deduction under section 80C of Income Tax Act. Okay, so tax benefit point of view also you can have a LIC. Finally, last one is NSC, National Savings Certificate. You can invest rupees in National Savings Certificate rupees 5 lakhs. Okay, Post Office Savings Scheme. It is a post office savings scheme. You will not get NSC certificate in any of the commercial bank or anywhere private companies. Okay, it is also providing a decent rate of interest return, that is 6.8%. Currently, it is providing 6.8% per annum. It is a tax benefit of under section 80C of Income Tax Act. Okay, so if you buy NSC certificates during the maturity period, interest is tax free, and when you are depositing the money, that amount is also, principal amount is also tax free. Finally, you can draw the conclusion, right? FD 10 lakhs, bonds and debentures 10 lakhs, mutual funds 15 lakhs, life insurance 5 lakhs, NSC 5 lakhs, and total is 45 lakhs. Okay, and I have said that income before tax is 10 lakhs. So LIC and NSC both are tax benefit, you are implementing it. Okay, now let us calculate the percentage. 10 lakh divided by 45 lakh, percentage sign, you will get 22%. Again 10 lakh, 22%. 15 lakh divided by 45 lakhs, percentage sign, it is a 34%. 5 lakh divided by 45 lakh, percentage side you will get 11%. And again 5 lakh is the 11%. So total is your 100%. So this is what the conclusion of question number 1 is over. The second question was asked, what were the investment plans which will give the tax benefits? Okay, so other investment alternatives are, you can have a PPF, you have a mutual fund tax saving schemes where you have a locking of 3 years and more. Okay, then you have a LIC policy, what we have discussed, NSC certificate, you have Kisan Vikas Patra also, and the last is FD with commercial bank, which is subject to the tax benefits. Okay, that is a FD of a locking period of 5 years. Such type of FDs give you minimum return, reasonable return, or as I can say, liquidity is only after the locking period of 5 years. Understood? Thank you.